another series for us. We've played so much cricket now. It's all about good preparation, keeping our energy levels up, and making sure that we have quality practice. Not necessarily go for quantity, because that can also lead to bad habits when you know that you're playing well and you're in a good zone, and then you over practice. That can also lead to the mindset going off. So we have to maintain the balance. I think we've done really well so far maintaining that balance. And again, this is again we have to get back into the test mode, create momentum from this game, carry it on in this series, and then take it forward, because we're playing test cricket straight after as well. So yeah, it always feels nice to come back into test cricket, because the challenges are different and something that we always look forward to. Look, I don't know. I mean, I think this question, or this sort of analysis has to be done over a period of time by asking the fans who watch the game, because as cricketers, as I said, someone watching the game is very different from someone being involved in the game. Because for us, there's no room for complacency, or saying, oh, I don't want to play this game, or you're standing on the crease with the bat in hand and you say, yeah, I don't feel like batting. There's no room for that, because you're going to get out and the team is going to lose. So we are at our absolute top intensity all the time. This question will be better answered by the fans who watch the game. I don't know if there's too much cricket being played, or there's repetition of same series happening again or not. For us, it's about, as I said, playing cricket for the country, and we do what we are presented with every time the new series comes up. So yeah, look, this analysis can be done. It definitely has to be taken into consideration, because you don't want the fans going away from the game, not watching the game. So we have to maintain a balance of how to engage fans, at the same time how to keep players fresh, at the same time keep cricket exciting, and have very competitive cricket going around throughout the year. So it's a very good question, and I think that point definitely will be discussed in future. Look, this is one thing which I don't think people explain properly. A lot of things are being spoken about, or there's a lot of talk from the outside in terms of workload, whether players should be rested, whether they should not be rested. Um, for example, all cricketers play 40 games in a year. Um, Three guys who should get rest, their workloads are to be managed. 11 players play the game, but not everyone would have batted 45 overs in the ODI game, or not everyone would have bowled 30 overs in a test match. But the guys who are doing that regularly are the ones that need to be assessed, because the body takes that much time to recover, and it needs rest as well. So people only look at, oh, everyone has played 40 games. They don't look at the time spent on the crease, the number of runs that have been run in between the wickets, the number of overs they've been bowling in difficult conditions. What were the conditions, what were the temperatures like, have the bodies recovered or not? I don't think people go into that analysis. So from the outside, it looks like, why are people asking for rest? Everyone played same number of games, but not everyone has the same kind of workload in every game that you play. So people who have major workload, like for example a Pujara during a test season, he'll have maximum workload because he spends so much time on the crease. His game is built that way. So you can't compare that to a counter-attacking batsman, because the workload would have been lesser. So I think all these things have to be taken into consideration, because you don't want, and purely because of the fact that we've built such a strong core team now of 20-25 players, you don't want important players breaking down at important times, for the team. And that is where the balance needs to be maintained going forward, because if you have too much cricket going on, especially guys who play all three formats, it's humanly impossible to maintain same intensity and same level of performance, what you do in the earlier phase of the season. So I think those details are very important when managing workload. Definitely, I do. I do need a rest. Why don't I need a rest? When I think of the time that my body should be rested, I'll ask for it. I mean, why not? I'm not a robot. You can slice my skin and check. I bleed. That situation has always been a thing that has um, the balance has swung every now and then between two guys doing well and one of them missing out. It happened with KL initially, then it happened with Shikhar in between, And then now that Shikhar and KL have been playing well, so it's very difficult to pick 2 out of 3 when all three are so good and they've done well. I think Shikhar's comeback has been a revelation for himself and for the team as well. His counter-attacking skills were something that really gave all the batsmen a good platform to work on. And also it also deflates the opposition also to a certain extent.